Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Yovindra Anggita Dyah Fortuna and my number is 9. Here I would like to present about my final project, and with the title is Effectiveness Analysis of CNC Turning Machine Goodway Type GCL2PL using Total Effective Equipment Performance Method at Foundry Company. Okay, this is the table of contents that we are going to discuss. First part is about introduction, and then the second part is about literature review, and then the third part is about research methodology. Okay, now let's start with the first part about introduction. Okay, there are many problems that become the background of this final project. First, the machine works continuously for 24 hours non-stop every day. And the second, machines often cannot achieve the production target. And then the implementation of daily maintenance by operators is less than optimal. And then machines often experience many problems such as insert were out quickly, repeating programs, and etc. Also, operators or machines often experience material and tool waiting conditions. And then the company has never used an accurate OEE or a TEP method to determine the effectiveness of the machines. So, why measurement of effectiveness is very important to do? Because with measuring effectiveness, it can help the company to find out the conditions of the machine and equipment. Also, it can find out the causal factors that affect the effectiveness value of the machine. So, appropriate maintenance policies and repair solutions to overcome problems of the machines can be determined, so it can increase overall productivity. Okay, this is the research problem. First, how is the result of calculating the effectiveness of the Goodway type GCL2PL CNC turning machine using the total effective equipment performance method? And then, what are the factors that affect the TEP value of the machines referring to FMEA and FTA? And then, how are the repair solutions that can be applied to overcome the problems that occur with the machine? Okay, and then the research objective, there are knowing the effectiveness value of the Goodway type GCL2PL CNC turning machine using the total effective equipment performance or TEP method, and then identifying factors that affect the TEP value on the machines refers to FMEA and FTA, and then determine the repair solutions that can be applied to overcome problems that occur with the machines. And then the research significance, there are first, the company obtains information on the conditions of existing machinery and equipment related to the occurrence of losses. And then the company obtained recommendations for improvements related to problems encountered in the operations of CNC turning machine Goodway type GCL2PL. Also, the author gains new insights related to total effective equipment performance on machines. And then the results of this research can be used as considerations for conducting further research, especially in the field of TEP machinery and production equipment. And then research delimitations, there are first, only focuses on machining department at the foundry company, and the second only focuses on CNC turning machine Goodway type GCL2PL number T6, And then the third, the data is from the company within a period of 1 year, starting from March 2022 until February 2023. Also using TEP method, fishbone diagram, FMEA or failure mode and effect analysis, and fault tree analysis or FTA on processing and analyzing the data. And then not discussing the types of cutting tools used by companies. And then the last, the implementations of the machine repair and maintenance policy is not included in this discussion. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the second part. It's about literature review. Okay, one of literature study or the theory that used in this final project is total effective equipment performance method. Total effective equipment performance is a performance metric that takes into account equipment losses and available schedules. Effectiveness measurement using TEP has a world value standard of 80%. Effectiveness measurement with TEP can be calculated using the multiplications between utilizations or equipment utilizations with OEE values or overall equipment effectiveness values, which is include the percentage of availability rate, performance rate, and quality rate. Utilization calculations can be done by dividing planned production time data by all availability time. And there are some previous research that become reference to do this final project. First research is from Asmawati 2019 with the title is Analysis of Machine Effectiveness at Milling Stations with Total Effective Equipment Performance or TEP method to determine maintenance policy. This is case study of Sugar Factory Gempol Krab Mojokerto. The method that used in this research, there are TEP, 6 peak losses, and FTA or fault tree analysis. And the second research is from Yunanto and Susanti 2018. The title is Analysis of Effectiveness Level on Continuous Tandem Cold Mill CTCM Machine at Cold Rolling Mill or CRM in PT Krakatau Steel Persero Tbk with total effective equipment performance. The method are TEP and 6 peak losses. And the last is from Prayogo 2020 with the title is Analysis of Total Effective Equipment Performance SD5 Machines on Crosstalk Production Line Primary Manufacturing Department. This is case study from PT NT. And the method that used in this research are TEP and fishbone diagram. Okay, now let's start with the third part. Is about research methodology, and this is the flow chart of this final project. First is start, and then next step is preliminary studies, and then identifications of problems, and then study of field. Study of field is observation in the company, and then also study of literature, which is the writers or the author study about total effective equipment performance theory, overall equipment effectiveness or OEE, and then total productive maintenance or TPM, and then failure mode and effect analysis or FMEA, and then fault tree analysis or FTA, and then fishbone diagram. After that, we determine research problems and research objective. After that, our next step is collecting the data that used in this final project. There are production time, loading time, downtime, cycle time, and process amount. And then after that, we processing the data. First step is determining the availability rate value, and then determining the performance rate value. Next step is determining the quality rate value, and then determining the utilization value, and the last is determining the total effective equipment performance value. Now, after we get the percentage of the TEP value, the next step is analysis and interpretations of data. The first step is identifying TEP value based on ideal standard value, which is 80%. That is the world standard of TEP value. And then the second step is identifying the TEP factors that most influence, and the last is determining alternative repair solutions. And the last is conclusions and recommendation, and then finish. Okay, this is research schedule of this final project. The first is study of field, starting from November until December, and then the second is study of literature, starting from November until June, and then the third, determinations of problems and research objective, starting from November until December, and then data collection or collecting the data, starting from November until February, and then processing the data starting from March until June, and then data analysis and discussions of results starting from April until June, and then conclusions and recommendations starting from May until June, and the last final project report is starting from May until June. Okay, that's all about my presentations of my final project. Thank you very much for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.